All right, guys. So day two, night two, whatever you want to call it, um, of our class online. Like I said, I can only do 5 minutes. So what I do is supplementary videos, and you can take those quizzes off the videos. Only 11 of you did the assignment from yesterday, so make sure you're keeping up with that because we will be taking a few grades off of stuff. The practice EOC that we did, though, is not for a grade. It is just a diagnostic test. I sent an email out about that. Do the best you can without cheating. That's just to see what we need to learn and what I need to go over here. Probably not going to end up taking the EOC the way things are looking, but we're going to prepare either way for it. So tonight, what we're going to be looking at is the very familiar y equals mx plus b form of a line. Okay, that is called slope-intercept. The reason it's called slope-intercept is that m right there represents our slope. It is our rate of change. It is how steep our line is. Sometimes it's a negative slope. Sometimes it's a positive slope. Noticed a couple of you on that quiz yesterday, or today's quiz, kind of messed up on the positive slope. That one is a positive slope. And then the negative slope going down this way. Okay, so make sure that's one of the first keys to tell if a line is a positive slope, negative slope. If it's a negative slope, that m would be negative. If it is a positive slope, that m will be a positive number. Okay, all right, so what does all this mean? Well, if we have a line that is y equals 2x plus 2, okay, and to go back up here, I skipped a part there. The B right here, the B, and I'm sorry, this is all jumbled up. It's hard to do because I'm actually not at school. I'm doing this on my laptop at home, so I have to use my finger, and it's a little bit harder to control. But the B there is what we call the y-intercept. That is where it crosses the y-axis. That is the value for when x is 0. That's where that B will be. So like if x were 0 and y were 6 in an ordered pair, the y-intercept would be at 6 because the x value is 0. So the y-intercept is just where it crosses the y-axis. So let's say that we've got that 2x plus 2 there, okay? Let me do this. Yeah, this will work. Okay, let me put this coordinate grid on here. I'm going to move it to right here. So it's 2x plus 2. What you would do to graph this line, and once I said a line is just an output of, or inputs and outputs of individual points that make up the line. But to shortcut this 2 here, the y-intercept, I don't know why that's so thin now. Let me change it back. The y-intercept is where it crosses the y-axis, or when I said where x is 0, x is 0 is right there. So we look at where 2 is on the y-axis, and it's right there. Sorry, I can't be very accurate with it, but that is 2. That's where our y-intercept is going to be. So what does the slope mean here? Well, it is our rise over run. It is our rate of change, meaning that for the next point, it's going to go up 2 over 1 because 2 as a fraction is 2 over 1. So we're going to go up 2 points. Sorry, 1, 2 over 1. So the next point's going to be there. Up 2 over 1. Next point's right there. Up 2 over 1. Next point's right there. So you can also do the opposite, which would be down 2, down 1. That's still positive 2 because you have a negative over the negative. So down 2, back 1, down 2, back 1. And that gives us our line of points. Now, how does this relate to a table? Well, if you look at our table here, if I did a table of values, an input and output table, let's do -2, -1, 0, 1. If I plug in -2 into this equation, 2 times -2 is -4, and -4 plus 2, and I'm working this out right here, -4 plus 2 is -2. And you can see here on our line, -2, -2. Same thing with a -1. You probably hear my dog breathing into the computer. He's sitting here on my lap while I'm doing this. -2 times 1, or no, I'm sorry, 2 times -1. I said it backwards. 2 times -1 is -2. -2 plus 2 is 0. And you can see there that is a 0. Same thing with the 0. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 2 would be positive 2. That's why it's the y-intercept, because we plugged in 0 for the equation, and it left me just